It is my honor to actually showcase someone that you know well now these last 2 days. She is your chairwoman, and she was your gracious host last night. But I'd like to take a moment to really introduce Gina Diez Barroso in a very special way, because she's really a brand new archetype for Mexico, very unique and rare, a unicorn. There are very few women empresarias who do what she does, and so consciously. She's maverick. She's what I call a daring dame. And we've had a chance and an opportunity to see her magic and her creations, but really, from a Latina, from a perspective of an Americana Mexicana, she's a brilliant, brilliant role model for us all. So it is my pleasure to welcome back to the stage Gina Diez Barroso.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I'm here to talk about the business of creativity and creativity in business. We all know that the world is a different world today. And the traditional way of doing business is definitely not working. Let me give you an example. The two largest brewing companies in the world are trying to merge. Why? Because both of them are losing money. Coca-Cola is losing market share. PepsiCo is also losing market share, and is trying to find new products. The question is, who's now making money? While these Fortune 100 companies are struggling, who is gaining position with a new type of consumers? The ones gaining position and making money are the new, organic, smaller, creative companies that develop new drinks, pack them differently, advertise them differently, sell them through stores like probably Whole Foods or other smaller food stores. The new products are designed for the new type of consumers. This phenomenon is also showing in the independent political candidates that you can see now in the United States, for example, and in different parts of the world, that are making a difference in the way people vote. There is another big difference that I see in the way of making business in this new and different world. Collaboration and sharing versus competition. I think that the trend that is truly making a difference in the second decade of the 21st century is collaboration in every single scale. Whether it is alliances or networks, or relationships or joint ventures, it is becoming increasingly clear that individuals, businesses, and even governments that do not understand the importance of collaboration will fall behind and probably go down. This trend has infinite implications, from the new way we work to the way we think. At this point, we can see companies valued at billions of dollars because of their networks. A few examples of this are in knowledge sharing, Wikipedia, or in experience sharing, Facebook. Who would have thought that the largest car service company in the world, valued at $40 billion, does not own one single car? Or the largest vacation rental company in the world, valued at $25.5 billion, doesn't have one single hotel room, Airbnb. This just shows you that there's a new way of doing business, and that innovation and creativity take a leading role in the world of new opportunities. Since the last economic crisis in 2008, 2009, companies realized that they need to make a change, a drastic change in the way they run their companies. The traditional way of doing business was definitely not working. Companies needed to hire creative minds, people who think different. They needed innovation in order to transform their companies. As a creative person, a businesswoman, and an owner of a university of creative studies, I had a responsibility to the new generation of disruptive thinkers. This was to build a space for their minds to expand and to be ready to challenge and reinvent the new ways of making business. As you all know, you went yesterday to Centro. Centro is about innovation and education. This is the essence of Centro. In Centro, we decided that we would professionalize creativity to be able to deal with a new way of making business. In Centro, we developed undergraduate degrees to make them ready for the needs of the new 21st century. We have fashion, styling, production, contemporary jewelry design. These are graduate programs that we developed from the workforce down, so we know that once the students graduate, they will have a chance to have a job or to make a job for others. We have design studies, scriptwriting, urban development, and social housing. We also have a strong curricula in continuous education at Centro. We believe that education is for everyone, no matter their age or their specialty. We believe in research, that Susie knows very much about this issue. We believe in research. Research needs to be done. So we publish a magazine that handles all the research of a creative economy. Okay. We also do an event with disruptive thinkers, where we discuss what's going on in the world of tomorrow, not in the world of today. This is a project that we did that we call Designing for the Other 90. And this means designing for the other 90% of the people that live in extreme poverty. And this is a project that we did with the United Nations. And this is a project that is called Disarming the Young Generation. The name of this project was I Don't Want to Be the Target. We also do workshops with young women between the age of 15 and 17 with socioeconomic needs, and we help them to realize that they are leaders in their own communities. In Centro, we believe that the new ways to make business is to deal and to work with the creative economy and with real companies. This is a few examples of the companies that we work with. We work with the MoMA New York. We work with Milan, with Salone del Mobile de Milan, with Pro Mexico, with Tequila Jose Cuervo, which you had some experience yesterday. We work with Rotoplas. Rotoplas is the largest water company in Mexico. We work with 3M, with Pfizer, with the Children's Museum of Mexico, with Wanted in New York, with the World Bank, and with several others. We organize Design Week in Mexico as well. We decided to build a new campus that you were there yesterday, and we decided to go LEED Platinum. Some of the questions that we were asked when we decided to go LEED Platinum was why spend the money, why spend the effort and the time to go LEED Platinum? And I always say that if we are educating, you need to educate with example. And the children that we have in our hands and the responsibility that we have with us is not only with the less fortunate, but also with the planet. So we decided to go with LEED Platinum and to be the first campus LEED Platinum in the world. Thank you. These are a few of the examples also of what we have been exposed to that I told you just a little while ago. We did the first Mexican design directory, getting all the designers that were successful designers, and we put this directory in all the museums in the world. It was the first time that Mexico had a directory of designers published. We won the AD&D award in London. We won the Venice Film Festival. We won the One to Design New York. And we were the first and only school to be able to have our fashion and textile students go to the London Fashion Week and exhibit their dresses and their things and their accessories last June. And also, we were the only school to be invited at the Salone de Milan in 2 years ago. And we were voted 4 years in a row to be the best university in Mexico of its kind. Now, to my subject, what is the importance of creativity in business? This is not something that I invented or that my husband dreamed one night. This is something that is backed with publications all over the world. The world now talks about creativity in major magazines around the world, magazines that had nothing to do with creativity a few years ago. This is a very interesting slide, and I'm going to read a little bit about what it is. This slide shows a study by the British Design Council that followed the stock market performance of the FTSE 100 against a portfolio of 250 companies. And it is very interesting because the companies that went into design grew 300% versus the companies that did not use design and creative thinking. So it is a very interesting slide to see how important it is creativity when you use it in your companies, even if your companies do not do any design within whatever you do in the company, 300% more than the other companies. So what is the result is that creativity is king in whatever companies you do, whatever business you're at. You have to put creativity in any business you have. In the next 5 slides, I will show you a short summary of 5 key trends that are impacting contemporary creative education. They are the outcome of an international symposium of the topic with more than 25 experts discussing major changes on how to envision the future. Shifting from past to future. Education until now was mainly conceived and concerned with the past. But with the rapid changes that we're facing in the world of today, we have to focus on building a better future. Many new programs are concerned with prototyping and developing possible scenarios for the future. Researchers and creativity play a key role in constructing imaginary and allow us to visualize and discuss future. In Centro, this is reflected by international workshops such as the Future of Paper workshop in the New York or graduate degree programs of Designing the Future. Another trend that is exploding in education is the making. The person you see here is running one of the most successful makers lab in the United States. Making means project-based hands-on learning that combines and transforms materials and uses technology. Neuroscientific insights have shown that the brain does not only inform the hand, but it also the other way around. The hand sends information to the brain. Here is an example that outcomes from this type of learning, a project that the students did with Intel, designing 3D printers. This project was extremely successful. 3D printers were designed by Centro students and are crowd-funded, and now they're being produced and given to public schools in Mexico. The idea of social impact across most of the disciplines is in the core of the soul of Centro. The question of how to improve our impact in the planet, our lives, wellness, has risen enormously, and it is a key priority at Centro. Projects for the Mexican presidency to create awareness on maternal mortality and on the cancer institutes were also created at Centro. And in this other project, we will design the medical facilities for children of cancer hospitals. The key success of Centro are the professors. We have 320 professors, professionals in their field from 21 nationalities. Teachers are the role models. We have an incubator and an accelerator of businesses. We work with Pfizer to present sicknesses and problems from young generation to young generation, like the cartels we did on memory loss, Alzheimer, and different problems that Pfizer could not communicate to the young generation of Mexico. Key learning points. Just 1 second to finish. These are the 3 key learning points. And now we're working at Centro to develop wellness for everyone. We believe that wellness should be for everyone, with means or without means. And we're trying to develop a program that would be affordable for people with no money, because wellness for someone could be a massage, and for some other people could be being able to drink purified water. And I finish with this. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Thank you.